Yes, bad luck the lads. Well, last night in local soccer, a little bit of history as Portadown clinched the Irish League Championship. They're the first provincial club to win the title 2 years running. Still 5 games to play, but Portadown's 16-point lead means they can't be caught. Glentoran and the rest left to concentrate on the runners-up spot and a place in Europe. Well, last night the Glens lost at home to Bangor, and that meant the title would be Portadown's if they beat Crusaders at Seaview. They did, but it wasn't easy. Putting champagne and celebrations out of their mind, Portadown in white here got down to business early, and Steve Kahn's header brought a goal line clearance from Jackie Burrows. Minutes later, they opened up the Cru's defence again, but keeper Kevin McKeown dashed out to deny Sandy Fraser. Portadown made the breakthrough in 15 minutes. The free kick, Paul Doolan's flick, and skipper Brian Strain was in hand with the finish. 5 minutes later, Portadown supporters were cheering again. The long ball from Ian Curlis, and this time Fraser was to make no mistake with the finish. Just after half-time, it was 3-0. Crusaders cleared the corner, but up popped Paul Doolan, and the shot went in off the post. It was championship stuff from the ports, and it should have been 4, but the usually lethal Steve Kahn finished weakly. Minutes later, Kahn broke clear again, but again hit the shot straight to McKeown. If Portadown thought Crusaders were finished, they were wrong. And when the white shirts dallied, Glenn Hunter's left foot made them pay. Minutes later, it was 3-2. Keenan stranded, and Hunter headed in his second of the game. Then Crusaders almost equalised, but when Albert Holden let fly, Alfie Stewart's head got in the way. Then it was over, and when the oval result came through, Portadown were ready to celebrate. Points ahead of the field. Glentoran, etc. have to settle for the battle for second place and a place in Europe. So Portadown are the champions again, the first provincial club to retain the title, and it's the first time they've won 3 trophies in the same season. Change days indeed. They say a prophet has no honour in his own land, but that certainly doesn't apply to Portadown manager Ronnie McFall at the moment. He's very much the local boy who's made good, and these 3 goals in midweek beat Crusaders at Seaview and made sure the title was theirs again for only the second time in Portadown's 67-year history. This season they've also won the Ulster Cup and the Budweiser Cup. They're also in the semi-final of the Irish Cup and quarter-finals of the County Antrim Shield.
Not only the club, Jackie, but the whole town is really booming and bubbling at the present time. I mean, the success that we've enjoyed this last couple of years has really been a great boost to the whole community.
Ronnie arrived at Shamrock Park 4 years ago when things were at a low ebb. They hadn't won a trophy since 1979, gates were poor, and the club's financial situation was far from healthy.
Financially, we had to sell off our reserve team pitch, our training pitch, to solve our financial problem. But then the board thought, look, we'll have to get this thing together, so we decided to go out and try and find someone to do the job properly. So we thought we'd look for someone who had already done it, and Ronnie McFall was available. We made the approach to him, and he agreed to come to Portadown.
I think at that time, Jackie, the club was really rock bottom. I mean, they were sitting bottom in the league. There was apathy right throughout the whole club, and basically people had lost interest. So it was basically a question of starting right at the very bottom, laying the foundations, getting the basics right, and picking it up from there.
It certainly worked, and even opponents would have to admit Portadown are a quality side. But where do they go from here? Flying in the Scottish striking pair of Sandy Fraser and Steve Kahn every week obviously cost the club a lot of money. So can they afford to keep the squad together?
The only way to have a successful team is to keep building on it. And if you stagnate, just keep the same staff around, well, you only go one way down. So we intend to strengthen the staff if we possibly can.
You've won 2 league titles. You'll have to keep winning it, won't you?
Well, obviously, as I said, I mean, that's our #1 priority come the start of every season, and at the start of the next season, I mean, Bob Nesbitt and myself, that's what we'd be striving to do, is to retain the championship again. That's the yardstick which everyone judge you by.
That is true, and just a reminder to all you Portadown fans, the Gibson Cup will be handed over tomorrow at Shamrock Park at 2:30. That's before the home game against Larne. But thinking about that race for a UEFA Cup place, the 2 games of interest tomorrow are Cliftonville Glentoran and Bangor against Newry Town. And in the League of Ireland on Sunday, it's a middle-of-the-table clash as Derry City play Shamrock Rovers. That's at the RDS in Dublin. But it's been Portadown's week, and we offer our congratulations to Ronnie McFall, skipper Brian Strain, and all the lads. 3 trophies already, and with more to play for, they must feel nothing's going to stop them now.
just fall apart. Baby, we can
Right
make
through,
it.
still going. It's 1-0.
We can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other.
We'll be looking for the left-footed in-swinger. And there's the target for him. Davison then with the kick. Oh, it's in! Straight through!
Whatever it takes, I will sit here with you. Take it to the good times, see it through the bad times. Whatever it takes is what
Quite rightly! What a goal!
Let 'em say we're crazy.
I was going to say,
What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world
But he's been a great keeper for Portadown.